When we decided to do this, we thought ProMat's a premier material handling show for the industry, so we really thought there really is not a better place for us to launch our announcements than we have today here at ProMat. So just to get started, I'd like to make a few introductions. I'd like to introduce you to our founder, Marty Flaska, our chief engineer, Bob Miller, senior engineer, Jeff Schveck is with us. Also in attendance, Vince Flaska, our president of our company, and Dan in the back, our vice president, general manager of the West. And then I'd also like to introduce Max Flaska, our operations manager at our East Chicago facility. Also like to welcome the members of the press that are joining us, as well as some of our supply partners and affiliates who are in from our Phoenix office and our Chicago office. We appreciate you attending today. So first thing that we want to really talk about is ProMat really stresses a lot of innovation going on, and we definitely would like to speak to that and speak specifically to our electric product line. Hoist Liftruck is really a company of first, and that dates back to our lineage with Elwell Parker. If you don't know, Elwell Parker's founding member was Thomas Parker, and he is tied to numerous innovations in the electric material handling industry. One of the first inventors of electric batteries and electric motors. The first Elwell Parker batteries, in fact, were used with Baker Automotive, as well as several other automotive companies right around the turn of the century. Parker went on to develop the first luggage or battery handler, electric battery handler. That was in the early 1900s, and then in 1915 is credited with developing the first electric lift truck. So as you can see, while electric is certainly in the news and something that you're hearing a lot about, it's something that Hoist Liftruck has been part of for more than 100 years, being a leader in this industry. And in fact, we're very proud that 2016 represented our #1 volume year for electric products. So that's something that we are very pleased about and look forward to as we go forward. Also, something that we wanted to announce that's going to be happening actually this week, coming off of our production line, is our first AC power driven motor on our laser product line. So Hoist Liftruck is the #1 high capacity manufacturer for electric trucks from 15,000 pounds to 40,000 pounds. And this week we'll be delivering our first AC driven motor. So that's a real compliment to our engineering team. Another thing we wanted to definitely hit on today is what I guess a term we would refer to as power neutral. You'll see when you're out at the show today, there's a lot of different takes on what's the best way to power a vehicle. We frankly are, as a leader in the electric lift truck industry, we're power neutral. So whether you have a traditional lead acid, whether you have a fast charge solution, a hydrogen solution, it could be lithium ion, frankly, it all works integrating with our products. So we are supplying the trucks and the technology, and regardless of the methodology that's going to be powering these trucks, we are going to be a leader in that space. Another thing that we're very excited about, I mentioned the AC drive coming out on the laser product. One of our more popular products over the last 12 to 18 months has been our FR extendable counterweight truck, which is traditionally offered in an internal combustion option. This year, you're going to be seeing our very first electric powered version, AC powered version of that product coming out as well. So we're all very excited about that. Another big move for us. Of course, we have a full line of port equipment to support our efforts with loaded container handlers, empty container handlers, and pneumatic equipment. To supplement that line, we've announced recently the launch of our terminal tractor product. So that's going to be first entering the market. We're going to be doing our first deliveries in just a few months. On August 1st, we're going to be having our first deliveries of those products. And following that up very quickly is going to be an electric version of that product. So as you can see, that's a big focus for us, is to be able to provide the market with the type of electric solutions that they're looking for. I also want to point out that the Tier 4 final on the terminal tractor, as well as the electric version and the products we're talking about today, they're all being manufactured in our East Chicago facility. It's a 550,000 square foot facility, state-of-the-art production house, and we're very proud of that. It's the largest high capacity production house in North America. So it's something we're all very pleased about. Another thing that we're really excited about, a long-term partner of Hoist has been Axletech, who's made our drive axles traditionally on our forklift truck. So this is something you've seen throughout our line. We're very pleased that Axletech will be partnering with us on our electric version of our P-Series truck. So we've traditionally made a pneumatic style truck from 22,000 pounds up. We are going to be launching our first electric pneumatic trucks. And that's something we're all very excited about, because that's frankly a niche right now that's not being serviced in the market. So we're very excited about that. And the exciting thing about that, obviously, is for the emissions. It's fantastic. It's also the performance on it's fantastic. To be able to have a product that you can have full torque at 0 miles per hour, that's just unheard of with an internal combustion truck. So that's something that we are all very excited about. That's going to be coming up. So these are just several of the things that we are working on and doing and planning here at Hoist Liftruck. And as I said, this is something that we've been in the electric business for over 100 years, and you can see much of our future is going to be continued along with these electric powered units. So those are the main talking points that I wanted to throw out there. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have on some of these things, if there was any. Sir, in the back.
The electric version of the P-Series, what voltage are you planning on?
So the question, just so we can hear it, is the voltage on the P-Series. Bob, yeah, why don't you come on?
It's going to be a standard 80 volt like the industry currently runs on other size trucks and other capacities.
So same axle partner, Axletech, same wheel end on the 101 live truck, but the motor is actually integrated into the wheel end from Axletech. So North American made wheel end, North American made AC drive motor, North American made inverter. So very, very cool. And if you can imagine where my drivetrain is now, you know, we've got a $23,000 engine, an $11,000 transmission, $2,000 cooling package. I'm removing all that, electrifying that machine, and it allows me all that room to pack batteries. And so I could use hydrogen fuel cells, flooded lead acid batteries with rapid charge, lithium ion batteries, really very open. So depending on the technology, obviously it'll affect the price of the machine, but it'll almost be a wash when you look at flooded lead with rapid charge versus Tier 4 final diesel in terms of cost.
And we think that's important. Many of the electric products, and this Marty brings up a good point, on our electric version of our terminal tractor, there really, frankly, there's really no one filling this need. I think the only product we've seen was kind of a non-starter with the component choices they're making, using Chinese parts and overseas parts to support it, and a price tag that's almost double a standard terminal tractor. That's not really an option for our customers. We're excited to be able to offer an electric version that's domestically sourced, like all of our products, made here in East Chicago, Indiana, and it's going to be a reasonably priced product in line with our traditional Tier 4 offering on that product. So that's something that's, I think that's something that's important. So it's a good question. Is there any other questions we can answer? We'd certainly be happy to.
Can you talk a little bit about your
Export
export market?
market, certainly. We traditionally have shipped trucks all over the world. We've shipped various canning plants all over the world. Oh, Marty wants to
When you look at the products we make, something like a product we make called an FKS, it moves can stock, so big aluminum, 30,000 pound coils. I can ship that product worldwide to companies like Crown, Rexam, Ball, because I really have no competition. That's a niche, a market niche. We have a 95% market share worldwide. The same is true for an electric version we make called the Laser. Companies like Jaguar and Halewood, England would buy that electric truck from us because we're one of the only that do it. But when you look at a traditional P-Series truck, a pneumatic 36,000 pound, there's probably 11 to 15 manufacturers all over the world that make that. So I would tell you that's a tougher niche to compete with. So an example, in the UK, I would ship a lot of FKS product, a lot of laser electric product, and a fair amount of the Neptune for stacking folks. Australia, tire handlers. So it really depends on the country and what's made in that country.